And we're live. Good morning. Today is August 18th, and wow, it is my first day going back to school after the summer break. So, thank you for coming to this channel. My name is Cindy, and I just wanted to come on here because I was thinking about, hello, Kelly. I was thinking about just encouragement and getting ready for the new year. And obviously I'm a mom of 13 children, and this is the last year for my last child to go through school. So I'm thinking about things that we did in the past, and I have homeschooled. I have done a lot of different things. Oh, Kelly's first day with students today. Have a great day, Kelly. So we have in-service today, so we still have some time to think about how things are going to go with our students and that kind of thing. We're going to be going in and decorating the class, stuff like that. But I just wanted to bring some encouragement to my friends here, my teacher friends, and just thinking about things for myself. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 19 says, speaking to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord. And one of the things that I did this past summer when I just went on a trip to Georgia, which I saw Kelly on my way down. And while I was in Georgia, I was able to see my son Paul and his wife Olivia, and they work in a nursing home. It's kind of an assisted living place. And they had to work that week. So Olivia reached out and said, hey, if you guys want to come down, we have a piano. You could play the piano and, sing and, maybe talk to the residents and stuff like that. And we can see you. We can show you our place where we work. And so we did it. We went down there and they did have a piano. And I was like, I read music. I don't just play by ear. So I looked around. Hopefully they have something I can play. And they did. They had a hymn book. And so we were able to play hymns and sing. And it was such a blessing because the people loved it. They just loved listening to singing the hymns. And I was just playing the piano. I wasn't singing or anything. And then this lady comes up behind me and she's like, do you mind if I sing? And so she started singing, and I can sing alto. So I started harmonizing, and it was just such a blessing. And, the lady that was singing, she just got all choked up. And it was such a meaningful time. And my son said the next day, the people were just saying how much of a blessing it was. And, that's the value, I believe, in the old hymns. And I feel like we're kind of losing that a little bit in our culture today, even in our Christian culture. We're getting away from singing the old hymns. And so one of the things I did in my homeschool was I would take a hymn and we would kind of, review it for the entire week, maybe a month, and then we would sing it in church as a family. And so today I chose Like a River Glorious. I don't know if I'll be doing this every single day, but for this week, I'm going to think about this song, and I thought I would come on here and read it. And this was a poem. It was a lot of the old hymns were written as poems. And if you study history in the 1800s, a lot of the people were very well educated and they used really good vocabulary, descriptive words. And even if you want to study poetry, some of the old hymns have some of the greatest vocabulary, descriptions, and similes and metaphors and things like that. Really give us a real picture of what it was like during their time. And I feel like it's more than a lot of the, praise hymns today, or, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, a million times, which in some ways I like that because I feel like we need that repetition sometimes to really get it into our minds and really make it a part of us. But I think it's good also to reflect and talk about some of these old hymns. So I'm going to read it right now as a poem. Like a River Glorious is God's perfect peace. Over all, victorious in its bright increase. Perfect, yet still flowing, fuller every day. Perfect, yet still growing, deeper all the way. Now, this says, the refrain says, trusting in the Father. In the hymns that I've sang, it says, stayed upon Jehovah. And I feel like that means just staying with him, like thinking about him and meditating on him. Stayed upon Jehovah, hearts are fully blessed, finding as he promised, perfect peace and rest. Hidden in the hollow of his mighty hand, where no harm can follow, in his strength we stand. We must trust him fully, all for us to do. Those who trust him wholly find him holy, as in fully, WHOLLY. Those who trust him wholly find him wholly true. This is from the Psalter hymnal 1987. I think it's probably, that's why it's different. 1987. I probably sung the old hymn where it says, stayed upon Jehovah, hearts are fully blessed. This was my mom's favorite song, actually. And I'm going to sing it real quick here. Like a river glorious is God's perfect peace, over all victorious in its bright increase. Perfect, yet it floweth fuller every day. Perfect, yet it groweth deeper all the way. Stayed upon Jehovah, hearts are fully blessed, finding as he promised, perfect peace and rest. Hidden in the hollow of his blessed hand, never foe can follow, never traitor stand. We may trust him fully, all for us to do. They who trust him wholly find him wholly true. Stayed upon Jehovah, hearts are fully blessed, finding as he promised, perfect peace and rest. I hope that was a blessing to you. And it's just, in this world of uncertainty and, lots of mental illness and lots of, reflection. A lot of people are reflecting on their past, wondering, why do I do what I do? Why do I not have peace? And, resting in the Lord. Now, I've read a little bit about the person who wrote this poem, and I will talk about it in the next video that I talk about this song. And the people who wrote these hymns were very educated, and they also lived a much more difficult life. They had a lot of trials back in 100, 200 years ago. There were lots of illnesses, and death was much more real to them, and trials and troubles were I don't know, we think we have a lot of trials and troubles today, but I feel like nowadays we create a lot of them, and we have the opportunity to live a better life, and a lot of people make bad choices and make life more difficult than it needs to be in some ways. But Maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like we do need encouragement. We need peace in our society. And I think that the old hymns do bring peace to our hearts. And so I just wanted to share that with you today. And in a future video, we'll talk about the hymn writer of that song and just continue to think about that song. Maybe look it up on your phone. It's so much easier now. You don't need to get a book about all the hymn writers, and hymnology is a wonderful study. And so thank you for listening. And I am going to school today, getting ready now, and I hope you have a great day. Please give this video a thumbs up and please come back for the second part of this interesting video. Thank you so much. Have a great day.